We funded $9.7 million for the year. That even sounds weird to say. Because let's say something goes left in one of your businesses, you don't want all of your businesses liable.
Right.
So that's why all of your businesses shouldn't even be in the same LLC. All came from this one credit repair company. And I'm like, you have reinsertions. What happened? You know, I paid to get my credit repaired and da-da-da-da. And I was like, did they say anything to you about a sweep? Oh, yeah. They had a sweep going on. They had a special. They paid $2,500, got their credit swept, and now they're stuck with those items on their credit report.
Welcome back, everybody. And today we have an exceptional guest, Mo the Closer. Mo is a trailblazer in the funding space, dedicated to helping small businesses and entrepreneurs, especially real estate investors, gain access to capital for larger property purchases. With her impactful presence across Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, she's changing the game for entrepreneurs everywhere and doing it unapologetically her way. I first want to start off by saying you're the very first guest I've had come back 2 times.
Wow.
Yeah, this is huge.
Okay.
This is huge.
Set the tone for it then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's set the tone for it.
So the last time that we spoke, I think you were right around roughly 5 million for real estate investors. And that was like in an 8-month span. Where have you been able to take your company since the last time that we met?
Sure.
Where you're at now?
So since then, we've added a new stream, which is private equity and private money with lending to real estate investors. So the cool thing about that is those numbers are a lot bigger. So it's a lot more scalable. So we're at 9.7 million for the year. We funded 9.7 million for the year. That even sounds weird to say, but yeah.
How does that make you feel knowing that you're having that type of impact with so many different people across the country, really?
It makes me feel like sometimes everybody doesn't want to talk about it. They go through imposter syndrome sometimes, right? But it makes me feel like, wow, we did that. We accomplished that. But also, right, I believe in a higher power that is anything is possible, right? So it's just we're showing other people that anything is possible. So we're having a good time with it.
You said something about private equity. That's the newest stream that you've added. Can you touch on that? What is private equity for people?
So private equity and private lending, it's basically where the business, the private lender lends money to the actual business for real estate investing. This way, it doesn't touch their personal credit. It allows the real estate investor to be able to scale without having anything on their personal credit. So, of course, something happens, they're still liable for it, right? But it allows them, as long as they have a halfway decent credit score, they can pretty much invest as much as they want. So that's why you have like clients that have maybe 10 real estate properties, or we have a client on our new enrollments who he has about 50 properties now.
Wow.
So like we're looking forward to working with him because he's done this many times over. So, and this includes like multifamily renting. This includes commercial renting. This includes a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're having a good time with that.
When you deal and you do business with individuals like this, are you doing it in the world of like every single residence is in its own LLC?
Absolutely.
So they are on their own little entity?
Absolutely.
Can you speak on like what is the power in doing that and what's the benefit of doing something like that?
Yeah. So let's say I loaned you money for a property. I don't want you to have anything else that could mess up my investment. So if you have that, say, attached to another property, something happens with the other property, then my money is liable for that. So when a lender lends to an investor, they want to make sure that nothing else is going to impede on their investment. So nothing else can happen other than whatever is on that LLC. So nothing else is responsible. So don't be messing up my money, you know?
Absolutely. It's kind of like a safety net, like in a garden, right? So the way that I was explained to me when I was very first getting in the industry was think about like your daughter has a friend come over and they trip in the front yard on your sprinkler on your property, right? That little girl is allowed to go back to her parents and her parents sue you. You know, and all they did was trip on a sprinkler.
Yes.
So when I learned from that, and that may sound extreme, But
that's true.
But it's true.
It's true.
So once I learned that, every single way I maneuvered, I understood I got to start a new LLC and I just got to put this barrier around me. So thank you for breaking that down for the audience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And actually, like every venture that you have that's separate should have its own LLC. Because let's say something goes left in one of your businesses, you don't want all of your businesses liable.
Right.
So that's why all of your businesses shouldn't even be in the same LLC.
Got it.
Now, you can get deeper and have them all in holding or whatever. I'm not a tax specialist. Get you a CPA. Get you a CPA. Right. You can have them all in a holding, but make sure that they're not touching each other.
Absolutely.
Right? Because I don't want, if one business crashes, I don't want my other businesses to crash just because this one did.
Yeah.
You know?
While we're on the subject, in starting all these different LLCs, are all of them eligible to go get funding as well?
Yes, on day one.
Come on now.
On day one. I just went in about that.
Please do. For the audience who doesn't even know what that is, and maybe they're seeing it on their algorithm, right? Funding this, business funding this, business capital. What does it actually mean to be able to start and structure a proper LLC and then be able the next day to go get access to business funding? What's that look like?
When you go into a bank, especially a bank that you already have relationships with, keep in mind, the bank, yes, it's doing business with another business, but that bank is doing business with you first, right? So you want to make sure that you have those good relationships with banks and that you've built good relationships throughout your credit profile. As long as you've done that, everybody will be more than willing to lend to you. Okay. There's a huge misconception in business that if you haven't been in business for 2 years, if you haven't had, if you don't have $10,000 a month cash flowing, it's a huge misconception, but it's also why a lot of businesses are failing. I was talking to my wife about this the other day, and there was a business owner on IG who was telling people like, hey, don't go borrow money if, you're starting a business. And I'm like, well, don't use your money.
Right.
You don't want to use your money when you're first starting out because you don't know if your business is going to work. However, if you go and borrow, say, $100,000, you have enough to hire someone to teach you what to do. You have enough to get you the marketing that you need, and you have enough to purchase the systems that you're going to need for your business. And most of it is going to be 18 to 24 months of 0% interest. So therefore, you're building your business for free.
Absolutely.
So there's no reason to use your money because I guarantee every time I try to use my money for something, I run out before the bank does. So I don't want none of that.
So when you're saying go ahead and get your new LLC, structure it properly, and you said it perfectly, I want to make sure this doesn't go over people's head, is start with the banks that you already have relationships with. So you're going in and like you said, get 0% interest business credit cards. You should already have a plan of what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to use the money and implement the money. Don't just be out here willy-nilly getting money. Okay.
It's not free bands.
Okay.
It's not free bands.
There we go.
Right. So it's not free bands, right? This is the money for your business. And one of the things that most people don't realize is they have to have a plan for their money, or their money is going to have or their money will have a plan for them.
Right.
So when you're talking about going into a bank and saying, hey, I need $100,000 for a venture, that bank may not ask you what your business plan is, but you better know by the time you get that card. You better know by the time it hits your bank account, because from then on, like, you're responsible for that. Either your 0% interest is starting from there, or your interest is starting to accumulate from there. Gotcha. So you've got to have a plan for it from day one.
Love it.
Yeah.
And this that we're speaking on is really what's considered like the traditional route.
Yeah.
Can you speak to an individual who, let's say, they don't have good relationships with banks, or they also don't have a a credit profile that looks good, right? So they have to go the alternative lending route. What does that look like for that person?
So I would still say start repairing your credit, even before going the alternative route. Okay. Right? Because you're going to need your credit eventually. When you think of alternative lending means the regular banks don't want you right now. So everyone's available for funding. They're just not available. They're just not, eligible for it today. Right. So if we're going the non-traditional route, if they're getting any type of funding other than what banks are offering or prime lenders are offering, then you still need work on your credit. So yes, you still can get funding, but you're going to pay more for that funding. So a lot of times, if you don't need the money right then and you can go ahead and flip it right back, right? If you don't need that money right then and you can wait, say 3-4 months to get yourself together, wait that 3 or 4 months. You're going to pay tens of thousands of dollars less because the interest is a whole lot less on prime lending than it is on alternative. So if you can hold off for a little bit, hold off for a little bit. But most people, they want money so they can go Christmas shopping, or they want money so they can go to the next whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But it's just all about, we've got to make sure that people know that when you get business funding, it's for the business,
right?
Because it's got a plan for you, right?
Absolutely.
I've done that before. I've ran off and just said, hey, you know what? I'll do it later, right?
Yeah.
I'll plan my business out later. I'll plan this out later. That's not how it goes, right? That's how my first 2 businesses failed. So
I love the honesty. I love it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You got to have a vessel to park the money because, like you said, you have 12 months of 0% interest, right? Not saying that you don't have to make your payments every single month.
Sure.
You're just not getting taxed extra every single month. So you're giving yourself 12 months of grace to be able to figure it out. So on month 12, you should be starting to make money.
Yep.
And then you can pay off whatever it cost you and whatever you used on that business credit card.
That's right.
And then after that, if you have to go implement and use another one, you just run across the street because there's a Bank of America on that corner. There's a Chase on this corner.
It's not a shortage of 0% interest
at all.
Right? Like there are so many banks that when you have the correct profile, they want to give you money. And even when we talked about private lending earlier, if you have the correct profile, they want to lend you money because right now people can't afford to hold on to their money.
Right.
You have to do something with your money. So it's even with the, even being in the funding and credit space, like you have to do something with your money because we get a whole lot of cash.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got to find somewhere to park these funds.
Yeah.
So if you don't find anywhere to park those funds, Mr. Government gonna find somewhere for you. Like he got a plan for you, right? So make sure you got a plan for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember I sat down with a guest earlier this year, Stead, and he said that the first year in his funding company, he started to actually like make good money, and he was so used to when you get money, we keep it. You know what I mean? Because you're not used to it making that type of money, right? And Uncle Sam took $88,000 away from him in taxes. Like it's a real thing.
Yeah.
You really do have to spend your money out here. So thank you for sharing that with the audience.
Absolutely.
I wanted to ask you, so many things have changed right now with Trump back in office and you really being in the niche of real estate investors. What is your thought process on this new 30-year mortgage? Are you a fan of this?
Oh, the 50-year mortgage?
50-year. I'm sorry. Yeah, the 50-year mortgage. Are you a fan of this? Are you not a fan of this? Are you meeting people on both sides of the fence? You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to hear your insight and how you feel about this.
So there are 2 sides to this coin, okay? The first side is from a consumer perspective.
Okay.
The person who can't really afford to get into a home now.
Right.
While they can't really afford to get into a home now, the difference between their mortgage payment being 30 years and 50 years is only about $250 to $300.
Right.
Right. So if you don't have an extra $250 to $300, you really shouldn't be in a house anyway.
Right.
Like, let's be true, you know? But also, as an investor, if you have a property and you have multiple of them on a 50-year mortgage,
right,
and that payment is only $250, $300 more, right? Move that by 10 units. That's another $3,000 a month you're cash flowing.
Come on now.
So 50-year mortgages are an investor's, like, that's like, it's candy to an investor.
Right.
But to the average consumer who already can't afford to be in a home, if they're stretching it to 50 years, like it's the same thing because other countries have been doing this for years, right? But also, homes were then meant and are meant in other countries to build generational wealth.
Yeah.
So if we're purchasing this house now, and this isn't our forever home, we definitely don't have any business getting a 50-year mortgage, right? If we are purchasing this house now and this $250 to $300 is going to kill us, then we definitely don't have any business purchasing a home. So I don't think that it helps out the consumer, but I do think the real estate investor is going to love it. But also, Trump is a real estate investor, right? He builds his entire business portfolio on real estate investing.
Right.
So, which it's no wonder why lending is up. Keep in mind, lending is up like a lot, especially to people who have the profiles for it, because our government is built off of an administration that loves to borrow money.
Absolutely.
So no matter right, wrong, or indifferent, what we believe in the administration, we have to go off the facts. And the facts are right now, lending is up because we have an administration that loves to borrow. And real estate is going to fluctuate, especially in the talking about this 50-year mortgage thing, because we have an administration that involves themselves in real estate investing. And that's how it's always been for any administration that we have. Is going to follow whatever, like our government and our the laws that we go by.
Right.
It's all made up, right?
Yeah,
it's all made up.
Absolutely.
So whatever they're making up this time
right.
is what the U.S. is going to, that's the way the U.S. is going to sway.
Right.
Right. And right, wrong, or indifferent, like I said before, but that's how it is. So instead of everyone having an opinion on something, like sometimes you just got to rock. Right? You just got to do your thing. You got to figure out how to pivot. I coached basketball for a long time. And the first move I would always teach was the pivot.
Here we go.
So you've got to figure out, like, if you can't get the ball, if you have the ball and you need to get somewhere, you've got to figure out, you've got to be quick with it. You've got to know how to move from right to left. Okay, sometimes you got to do a spin move and say, I'm going to change it up. You got to cross it over. You got to do whatever you got to do. But we can't have so many opinions that it stops us from doing business.
Got you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So would you recommend using it, just use it as a tool, depending kind of wherever you are in life? So even if you have a 30-year mortgage now and you see an opportunity and you're like, man, if I flip this, refinance this into a 50-year, that'll allow me to have a little bit more access to capital. I can go invest in this other property,
That's it.
which is going to build the generational wealth like you were talking about.
That's right.
What about the people, and I'm really asking these questions because I kind of just see a lot of fear mongering on all the platforms, right? The people are like, oh, don't do it. You'll never get any equity. Don't do it. They just want to tie you down for your entire life and you'll never actually own anything. Mm-hmm. It is true, but it's true if that's the type of person that you are. Go. You know what I mean? So I always try to, you explained it perfectly. If you're ready and you have a game plan and you know that saving $250, $300, $400 a month is going to allow you now to go invest on this 4-unit, right? You go get that 4-unit. Mm-hmm. You go ahead and you flip this into that 50-year mortgage because now you can go and actually get approved for something that you couldn't because those 400 weren't available to you then.
That's right.
So everything is just strategy.
That's right.
And you're right. This is a real estate investor's gold mine to get an extra little bit of wiggle room. And the everyday consumer, they see that little bit of wiggle room on the new J's that drop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's really just a mindset thing.
It is. I mean, I used to be that person, right? Like, and no shade to all the sneakerheads, right? No shade, because I'm one myself.
But no one touches you. Like, you're the coldest in the funding and the credit repair space. No one touches your shoe game.
You've seen it, you know. But also, like, I have to purchase shoes now that are comfortable, you know. And it came from I had to have the latest pair of J's. To it's like, wait a minute, am I comfortable? Okay, that's enough for me right now.
Right.
You know, does it match? Okay, kinda. Okay, good. We're fine. Yeah. You know, so it had to be a complete mindset shift for me. When I was my brokest, I spent the most money.
Touch on that.
Right. So when I was the brokest I could be, I still found a way to buy shoes that cost $200-$300.
Come on now.
Right. When I had no business buying it. So what that taught me into now is that if I could do it then, I can certainly do it now. But my dad instilled something into me. He said, look, when you start making money, you're going to want to spend less of it. And he was exactly right. So now it's when I do spend money, I want it to be quality things. Right. So speaking from a mindset perspective, you have to, if you can do both, good for you, right? Good for you. Right. But most people can't.
Yep.
Most people that we see that rush, that are standing in line for the next pair of J's, which by the way are like, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, the quality is trash, right? Like think about what it used to be when we were growing up.
Yeah.
You know? Yep. So, and they were $125 now.
Absolutely.
Right? Jordans come out now, they $250, $275, right? I've seen a $300 pair. And that's just normal retail.
Yeah, I was just about to say, that's not resale. Yeah.
So I can't even justify that because they're not comfortable no more. So it ain't for me. Right. So to put that into a mindset perspective, if you can do both, great. However, look at what that's costing you long term. So look at what that pair of J's is actually costing you. That's the difference in between that 30 and 50-year mortgage. Because the same person that complains about they can't afford that mortgage is the same person that's going to get the 50-year mortgage.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And there was another shift that happened this year was Fannie Mae. And for anybody who doesn't understand, Fannie Mae probably purchases about like 65% of the mortgages in America. They have now removed the requirement of having to need a 680 credit score. How do you feel about that? And I want to ask you this because we're in this industry of most individuals that come to me or they want to purchase their first home. That's why they come to me, to fix their credit so that they can go make this big purchase. And it's a beautiful thing because they understand they need to change their ways and their habits, right, to be able to buy the biggest purchase of their life. Let's just be honest. I see it twofolds because I know that individual. And now I also know individuals where if you tell them they don't have to have a good credit score and they can still go out here and buy a house, they're going to be that same person that had a crappy credit score.
Absolutely.
And they're going to lose their house.
Absolutely.
Speak on it from your lens, being who you are in the credit space, but also dealing with real estate investors, seeing, hey, people no longer have to have a credit score requirement. So they might be thinking that they're going to lose out on possible tenants because renters are how they make their money, right? If there's no longer renters in the market, they lose a big stream of their revenue.
What happens when the renters turn into unqualified buyers and they lose their home? What happens then?
Short sale.
There you go. They're the real estate investors. They come in right there.
Yeah.
And then they cycle that property all over again. So the real estate investors, they're going to be just fine. Right. The consumer, for as long as we can remember, right, people going to do exactly what they want to do. But also, people are going to do what they need to do for the most part. When we have clients, when I was doing just primarily credit repair, I had a lot of single mothers. I had a lot of single fathers. So sometimes bad credit isn't because I fumbled the bag. It's because they were responsible for so many things that they had no other choice than to, hey, this can't get paid this month. It might be an old light bill. It might be, a repo. It might be whatever. But sometimes, at least what it took for me, is to have to be responsible for something for me to become responsible. So I think what it might do is re-engineer the process of how people think. Like, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I'm responsible for a whole lot more now. Wait a minute. This is actually mine to take care of. This ain't nobody else's for me to be tearing up. This ain't nobody else's for me to be trashing. I can't just leave. Right. So, so it's, I think it will make people more responsible.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's going to make everybody responsible because we've talked to some characters, right? But also, I think that people will become more responsible because there's pride in ownership.
Very true.
And people want access, people want ownership, and they want to be considered. So I think it'll help out.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be all right.
I like your lens. It's it's a lot more glass half full than my lens. I'm nervous because I'm thinking about the people who, we've dealt with the conversations where, hey, dude, you could just do a credit sweep real quick.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean?
And then go down this road with me?
Yeah. While we're here, let's touch on it. What is your thoughts of credit sweeps and what does it really do for the community? I'm gonna just let you run with that one.
I've seen so many funding clients damaged by credit sweeps.
Gotcha.
Right. And when I first started doing credit repair, right?
Yeah.
I had a VA.
Okay.
And my clients were like, Mo, we saw, what is this affidavit right here? What are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah.
And as soon as I figured it out, I was like, no, whatever you're doing, you got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Right. And later on, I'm circling back. I'm like, okay, is this what people are doing to get results? And it was like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, we can't do this. We cannot do this because what's happening is clients are coming to us. So we've built our funding company as fulfillment.
Okay.
So we have about 130 fulfillment partners that send their clients to us once they're done with their credit repair. But we had 3 clients in the same week about a month ago.
Okay.
Who went to one credit, they all came from this one credit repair company. And I'm like, you have reinsertions. What happened? And they're like, I don't know. I just, I paid to get my credit repaired and da-da-da. And I was like, did they say anything to you about a sweep? Oh, yeah. They had a sweep going on. They had a special.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid $2,500. And this is all 3 clients.
Yeah.
They paid $2,500, got their credit swept.
Yeah.
And now they're stuck with those items on their credit report.
Right.
Now, thankfully, we're able to take them through other processes and everything so that they can get those items off. But they had no idea that pretty much they're putting a target on their back for like the credit bureaus to be able to flag them for the remainder of their credit life.
Yep.
And the TransUnion, they just got really, really savvy with how they're handling everything. True Validate, right? They've got really, really savvy about how they're handling. So now when systems sense that you've got items coming off too fast, your credit profile has changed too fast, you've had too many removals too fast, right? Your debt to income ratio was reduced too fast. They're checking you out, right? As they should. Because I've seen way too many clients damaged because they had this sweep. And when they have those sweeps, it's way more difficult for us to get those items off their credit report because the FTC is being told that this person was sex trafficked. They're being told that this isn't mine. Well, whose is it?
Yeah.
Right? And it's not saying that you shouldn't dispute things that are incorrect on your credit report.
Right.
But what it is saying is that if it's incorrect, dispute it correctly, please.
Right.
There are laws that protect that. So you don't need to go and lie to these bureaus. There's plenty of truth. We work with lawyers now directly. We took our hands out of the dispute process.
Good.
We have 12 lawyers who we work with. We send our cases directly to them, which is why we offer free credit repair now.
Okay.
Free credit repair.
Yeah.
Right?
Beautiful.
We offer free credit repair.
Okay.
And we offer free credit repair because so many clients had gotten duped and they didn't know it.
Gotcha.
So many clients come to us and they're 40 and 50 years old with no credit profile. Even the good stuff that was on their credit report, if it had one late payment in 2020, they took the entire account off. And it's like, come on now.
Terrible.
You're messing up their credit history.
Yep.
Like they don't have credit history. Imagine being 50 years old with no credit history. And this is a real story. You're a 50-year-old black male with a trucking business that you're trying to grow and you don't have a credit profile anymore. You own a home. You own 2 cars. You've bought and sold stuff. Like you pay your bills every single month on time now.
Right.
You went through a rough phase 3 years ago and now you don't have a credit profile because you paid someone to do a sweep.
That's a shame.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's cost him thousands of dollars, right? He's getting denials left and right. He can't figure it out. He doesn't know why he can't get approved for anything. And come to find out, it's because he had a sweep.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a credit profile anymore.
And the person did exactly what they promised you that they would do. So you can't go back to them and ask for your money back because they delivered.
That's right.
You paid for a credit sweep. I gave you a credit sweep.
I gave you a credit sweep.
The fact that the credit bureaus got hip to it and then hit you with the reinsertion, that has nothing to do with me. I delivered what I was supposed to. You said something really quickly, and I don't want it to go over people's head, but there really was a time period when people were using as a dispute being sex trafficked.
Yeah.
Like people were really calling in and really writing letters saying I was a part of this sex trafficking.
Faking police reports and everything.
Yeah.
And it got so bad that we have 1 or 2 clients now who went through the same thing, and they actually had pending investigations for them. So they did check into this stuff.
Yep.
Right. And if you haven't had that, like if that was something you did back in the day and that's what your credit repair company told them, then you should go and check on that.
Yeah.
Right. Because sooner or later, they're going to catch on. Right. They're going to catch on. And the thing is, it's like all of these sweeps and quick fixes and all of this. By the time you go through all of that trouble, you could have actually went through credit repair.
Come on now.
You could have actually had a lawyer dispute these things on your behalf. And a lot of times when lawyers are disputing on your behalf, you get settlement money back. So you could have possibly not have paid anything for your credit repair, other than, of course, like monitoring.
Right.
But then you get money back.
Come on.
And you don't have to worry about your credit profile being flagged. And you don't have to worry about like having this huge target on your back. You don't have to worry about pending investigations. You don't have to worry about when you go to get funding, someone telling you like, hey, wait a minute, what's this thing that got put back on here?
Yep.
What's this? You don't have to worry about someone saying, hey, why are you 50 with no credit profile?
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. And while I'm here, while we're on this subject, there are so many credit repair companies that are misleading clients because they want fast results.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, the fast results are coming at the client's expense. What's happening is they don't know what's going on. They're being called up to say, hey, send me this code, or hey, do this, or hey, sign in and sign this. And it's like, that's not how credit repair is done. There are, right, much credit to the credit repair companies who are operating in the correct manner.
Yeah.
Much credit to them because they're carrying the industry right now.
Absolutely.
Much credit to the people who are teaching credit repair the right way, like the Robs.
Yeah.
Carrying the credit repair industry because somebody's got to do it.
Right.
When I see credit repair, like when someone follows me and I see like credit repair specialists on their IG bio, I'm like, oh God, like this is God, and not because I'm hating or anything, but because they don't know the history of it.
Yeah.
Right. They don't know what's happening right now. All they know is somebody told them to go hire a VA to do their disputes.
Yeah.
So they hire a VA to do their disputes. They're paying the VA pennies on the dollar.
Right.
And then they're getting their clients $5 results. They're charging them $1,000 to do it. The client is done in 30 days because they promised a sweep. And then they say, oh, okay, well, I want to get into funding. They send the client to us. And we're like, either why do you not have anything on your credit report, or why do you have these reinsertions on here? Absolutely. What's going on?
Right.
And the client has no idea. So I get afraid for the people who don't have the proper coaching and training in the credit industry. So if you don't have the proper coaching and training in this industry, go get it. Go get it. But there's so much pride in this industry as well. People don't want to ask for help. People don't want to say like, hey, let's collaborate. Everyone wants to do everything by themselves. And just like it's so much, it's like you get all these lackluster results and you're happy with that. Yeah. And you're happy because you say, well, we got 10 deletions. Well, next month, 8 of them are back. So did you really get 10 deletions?
Right. 2.
You got 2.
Yeah.
So, so it's not fair to the people who are doing credit repair correctly.
Absolutely.
But like I said, there's so many people who are not, but then there are so many people who are. So definitely like hands up to those people who are doing credit repair correctly. But the people who aren't, I'm going to wear them out with this free credit repair.
Come on now.
I'm going to wear them out. And if I see it, I'm calling it out because it impacts everyone in the industry.
Yeah.
With credit repair being so highly like under a lens. Right now, credit repair is under a lens. It doesn't look that big because most people aren't in this industry.
Right.
Right. But credit repair is under a lens right now. And if you're not doing it the correct way, you're going to get lost in 2026.
Absolutely. It's changing.
It's changing. Yeah. As it should. Yep. As it should. There's so much new technology out. It should change.
Right.
Right. But if you aren't doing it the correct way, you're going to get lost, which is a good thing for us who are doing it correctly. Right. So get the training that you need. Stop coming in and saying, oh, I'm going to wake up on Monday and I'm going to open me up a credit repair company. Yeah. That's not how this works.
Can I ask you, what is the plan with the free credit repair? Because obviously you have to make something. Mm-hmm. So where is this going to go? Let's say an influx comes of 1,000 new clients, right? And you're doing free credit repair. Amazing. Boom. You've taken them now to a level in life that they've never been. Is it tied in with funding on the back end? We have an agreement to you doing this, or we're going to roll out like a different stream within the company? Like, what does that look like for you? Because free credit repair for sure is going to change the game. You see specials every month, Black Friday sale, $97. But to see the word free, I mean, and you said you're handing them off to lawyers. So, like the results are going to be good and they're going to stick. Like this is really life-changing things, Mo. Please, I want you to have a moment. Speak on this.
Sure. That's the difference between getting your credit repaired by a lawyer and someone sending in dispute letters for you. When someone sends in dispute letters for you, like, it might be off your credit. However, you're still liable for that debt.
Yeah.
If a lawyer disputes that thing, more than likely, you're going to get paid for it. And you don't have to pay it back, right? So nobody can knock on your door and sue you.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, we love it when we hear that some collections agency is ready to sue you because our lawyers are going to be on top of that, right? They're coming to get the bag for you.
Can you speak on that? Like how does that FCRA, is that it, correct? How does that work for someone who's actually challenging these disputes and getting results in a positive manner, but they can also make money? Because in our industry, I don't think it's really talked about enough what's actually possible. Yeah. Can you touch on that a little bit?
So you're looking at settlements can range from $250 to thousands of dollars.
Absolutely.
Right. So we're able to, I'll tell you what, I'll break down the entire business model for you.
Okay.
I'm going to I'm gonna pull the curtain back for you.
Let's do it.
So we have a school group. Inside of that school group, and people keep asking, why is the school group free? Educated partners are the best partners.
Ooh, I love it.
I've spent over $120,000 in the past 2.5 years in education and systems.
Investing in yourself.
Investing in me.
Come on now.
Right. So I had to have somewhere to put this. So after I use it and make sure it works, I put it in my group. We have 2 to 3 calls a week. I pour the information into our partners. The reason why I pour the information into our partners is because educated partners have educated clients. Educated clients are the best type of client, right? And it's not even so that we're able to make the most money together, but because they know what they're getting into.
Right.
Because they know they got to come to the table with a plan. Because they know what's ahead of them, right? Because they're responsible enough to pay for monitoring every month, right? Like something so small.
Yeah, no, we're laughing, but it's a real thing.
It's a real thing, right?
It is, yeah.
It's a real thing. So we use the community to educate our partners on credit repair, funding. They bring their clients there. They get educated on credit repair. They get educated on what funding is so that they can make really decisions. And the cool part is we have the partners. We have a call every Monday and Thursday that includes the partners as well as the clients.
Wow.
So therefore, the partners in the group, they get to be an authority there, right? They get to post in the group. They get to post information. Now, they're not poaching for clients or anything like that, but they're posting for helpful information, right? And this way, when their clients go in there, they see them as an authority. I want everyone to have a place that they can be an authority in and have somewhere where their information is supported as well, but also so that they can grow, because everyone doesn't have 6 figures to pour into education.
Right.
Everyone doesn't have the time to go through courses or get a mentor or sit and fly. Like I've flown to go meet a mentor, to have coffee, pay somebody for me to fly down to go talk to them.
Absolutely.
Right. So everyone doesn't have that capacity, but I do. So I want to make sure that the community feels loved on and cared about, because it's the thing that I didn't have when I was in credit repair. Like, yes, there were some people in here in the industry that helped me out a lot, right? But I couldn't find community. So I created it.
Gotcha.
And when I created it, I'm still pouring education into myself. So therefore, we educate the community. Now, how do we monetize this? The community, they bring their clients in for free credit repair.
Right.
We have our APIs connected to the lawyers, have a software that they use. We connect it to their software. It pulls out all the violations. It gives them the violations. Okay. Now keep in mind, my team built all of this.
Yeah.
Right. So this is all front loaded.
Got it.
Because I believe in back end funding.
Come on now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we created this, we said, hey, everybody, bring your clients here. Submit your clients for free credit repair.
Yeah.
When they're accepted, we're going to pay you.
Got it.
Just for being accepted.
Okay.
Right? Not even a settlement.
Yeah.
Just for being accepted, we're going to pay you. When that client gets a settlement, we're going to split the settlement with the client. Okay. And we're going to split whatever the client gives with us. We're going to split that with you.
Wow.
So this means that your client gets service for free.
Plus you're making payments out.
Plus I'm making payments out to them.
Yeah.
Right? Now here's where it gets even better.
Okay.
After they get their credit repaired, most people now want some sort of funding, whether it be personal funding so that they can purchase a home, purchase a first property, whatever, or they want business funding.
Right.
When we get them business funding, then we go ahead and we break you off with the business funding fee, referral fee as well.
Got it. Okay.
So off one client, you've got about 4 ways that you can make money.
Absolutely.
And I've always it's really risky putting the eggs in the basket on the back end. But if litigation or arbitration, there's so much money left on the table.
You're right.
There's so much money left on the table because clients don't know that instead of paying $2,500, $3,000 for credit repair, you can get back that money.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the only thing you're taking care of is your monitoring.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's just so they can see it. So I want to take off the stigma. Now, keep in mind, this is coming from the person who a few months ago, I'm sending out $2,500, $3,000 invoices for credit repair.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Until I saw enough saying, okay, all right, let's see, let's try.
Yeah.
So I started sending more clients, right? Sending more clients. And the more clients that I see that win, I'm shorting myself. I'm shorting myself by charging them up front. And it doesn't give them a chance to build trust because most of our clients had already been through credit repair first. Because remember, these are clients who they've been done wrong by the sweeps.
Yeah.
And they don't know that they're sweeps. All they know is they had credit repair, but some of the items, some of the stuff came back on, is what we hear. Right?
Yeah.
So it gives a chance to be able to build some camaraderie with the clients. Absolutely. Right? We're in this together. We're in this as a team because I haven't charged you for anything.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So you don't really have any expectations for us. I'm not giving you any timelines because I don't know how long it's going to take. Now, generally, it only takes a little while, right? It doesn't take months and like that, right? Yeah. It doesn't take that long. But we're not making any promises. We're not making any timelines. We're saying, look, get credit monitoring. We're going to send this to our lawyers and we'll see what we can do.
Wow. Easy as that.
Nobody has ever been that honest with them, though.
Right.
Nobody. They've said, yeah, we can promise you the star, the suns, the moons, and we're going to reduce your debt. And we're going to take off all the negative items on your credit report and whatever, right? We're going to clean your credit report like ginger ale cleans out a coal.
Yeah.
You know? Right. So now clients have something that they can believe in. Nobody promised me anything. They just said they would try.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love the fact of the matter of, one, not over-promising, right? Not that I can't deliver. Mm-hmm. I just don't want to sell you this dream of in 60 days, in 90 days, you're going to be able to purchase a house and you're going to be able to purchase a Lamborghini. When you couldn't go to walk into Daniel's Jewelers and get a line of credit for a chain. You know what I mean? So, one, I love that. I want to talk on the school community, though. It's how I was picturing it. Is it kind of like giving people the opportunity to be a talking head on YouTube, but actually in a confined space with proper information? Because you can go in the YouTube rabbit hole, mm-hmm. right? And anybody that's sitting in front of a car, basically, or sitting on a beach with their laptop, you're going to think, wow, that's the life I want to live. I have to take their word as bond, right? They don't know nothing. Or they know one trick. They know one play that worked one time. And that's what they're preaching to the moon about. Yeah. So I feel like your community gives the proper channel for the correct information to be like filtered through and kind of be it, like you said, an authority, but a talking head, mm-hmm. where people are also getting like a checks and balances, right? Mm-hmm. And if you say something that may be true for 3 months, mm-hmm. but now because YouTube got to it, right? And everybody's burned up Truist business credit, and now you can only get a line for $2,500. Like, mm-hmm. We're not posting that no more. Yeah. Because that's no longer the play.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Is that kind of how you want this community to feel? Like, that's how I felt it when you were describing it.
It is. It is. It's a community where we get to go and validate each other's information.
Powerful.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's important. I don't want anybody taking my information for face value.
Yeah.
Go look at it yourself.
Right.
Like, that's because that's what I did. Right? When I get information and training, I check it out for me. And if there are 10 other people who are validating the same thing because they tried it, then that's a winner.
There we go.
That's a winner. So in the community, when we're having these calls and we've got 20, 30 people on each call, which is great for this industry, for everybody to be in one place, 20, 30 people to be on a call, then one special thing to recognize is that everybody has something different to bring to the table. So the calls are so powerful because even if we're teaching the same information, we're able to give a different perspective of it.
Wow.
So whereas something may be a little different from my client's perspective, your clients may have had a different experience.
Absolutely.
Right. So we're able to talk from two different sides of the coin. We're talking about the same thing. Right. But we're able to give two different live cases, which is great for when we're teaching our clients.
Absolutely.
So we're not coming from, I heard this from a guy on YouTube who may or may not know what's working now.
Right. No, you're right. And it's really a big thing, especially for you and me. Like, we're on two different coasts. So regionally, working with different institutions,
Absolutely.
I need your data points, right?
Absolutely.
When you do the same things with your clients and then I go do the same things with my clients and they pull from different bureaus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That information is very, very important. So being able to have this opportunity to connect with other people who care, right, and share proper data points, it's only going to elevate the industry and then bring up the people that are trying to do better for themselves. So,
That's right.
Man, that's super powerful and inspiring. And I do want to touch on it because the industry does get such like this black eye because of this within itself, right? Everyone gets to jump on their phone and post a video and they have a chain, they have a car, they have something, and it goes viral. Yeah. And now that person is the new head honcho in the space.
Yeah.
And we never even seen this person.
Never even seen this person before.
And we know.
Yeah.
And I could nitpick what they're saying and be like, no, up one side and down the other. But it's just the way that our industry works.
But also, we know these people in real life.
Come on now.
We know these people.
Half the people that I know in real life that are saying that they do what they do actually don't do what they do. They outsource it to another company that actually.
To me.
There it is.
And that's okay.
I wanted you to say it. I didn't want to say it. I wanted you to be able to say it.
To me. Yeah. And that's cool. Yeah. Right? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Come on now.
If you're not good at it, or if you don't have the capacity, or if that's just not your jam, get it out of the way.
Absolutely.
Right? And even down to, I'm going to use sales for an example. I love sales. I love everything in regard to sales. But I stopped selling my own products. Right? I stopped selling my own offerings because I'm too close to it. Right? On top of, I don't have time to be on sales calls and scale and all the other things.
No.
So if we have a credit repair company who does credit repair and is focused on credit repair, why are you trying to do funding too?
Yeah.
Right? Why are you not outsourcing that? And even as a credit repair company, why do you not have someone handling your credit repair for you? So we're supposed to be working together. But you have the big flex people in the industry and nothing, like, no shade, right? Cool.
It works.
Right?
Yep.
But those are the same, not the same ones, right? Like, but a lot of those, a lot of them are doing the sweeps.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know this.
Yep.
So we've got to get out of the era of it takes you to be flexing for you to qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We've got to get out of that. And yes, it's appreciated, but just because you're the business owner or the credit repair company. So I'm speaking directly to the new credit repair owner. Okay. Credit repair owner. You do not have to flex. You do not have to go buy you the lamb. You do not have to go buy you whatever it is that you cannot afford right now. Partner up with people who are already doing what you want to do. And you're going to be just fine. This industry has normalized flexing. And that's cool. I'm all for like showing off, like, hey, I'm all for it. But when you're leveraging that to take advantage of people who just really don't know no better at the time because this is what they're seeing. And I'm not saying it's that person's fault. But as an industry, we got to stop saying this is okay and we know you're doing credit sweeps.
Right.
Because it's not. right? You getting folks. But I mean, that's just my opinion.
Can you help out maybe to the new audience member that's just listening, right? And they're afraid because we have kind of taken them behind the curtain of trusting people to clean up their own credit, or trusting people to clean their credit up for them. Can you give them a little bit of different resources where they can maybe start the process on their own to repairing their own credit?
First thing is just pull your credit report.
Powerful. You don't know how many people
annual credit report.
Yep.
.com. You don't have to pay nobody for it.
Come on now.
You know, you can pull one every few days.
Yeah.
So pull your credit report, right? Run your credit report through ChatGPT. What's wrong on here? What type of violations do I have? You know, see what you have on there that can be corrected. Is your personal information correct on there? How many inquiries do you have? Are all of those inquiries attached to an open account? If they're not attached to an open account, call them and get it deleted. If you have addresses that are not on there anymore or that you don't live there anymore, call the company. Hey, take this address off for me.
Powerful.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah, no.
But we've made it so much that it's hard. You can't repair your credit yourself. Yes, you can.
You can.
Right? I mean, I can cut my own hair, but I just don't. You know, like I shouldn't. Right? I shouldn't. If you shouldn't repair your own credit if you don't know what to do, you know, but you should be knowledgeable enough to pull your credit report and look and see what you got going on before you get some clown on the phone that is selling you something and you don't know what you've been sold.
100%.
So
you need to be able to have the conversation with the credit repair company.
Yeah.
And when they tell you this is what we're going to try and challenge, this is what we're going to try to dispute, you know what you're looking at. It may look like gibberish, right? Because it's the first time. But if they're breaking it down and saying, okay, we're going to remove these 3 addresses, you are like, oh, okay, I no longer live at these 3 addresses. We're going to get this employer removed because you no longer work at this employer, right? You have 2 different birth dates. Let's correct it. Let's get the one birthday. You have one name of your first name, your last name, and then a junior. One of you with your mom's middle name mixed up in there.
Yep.
One of you and your brother hyphenated with another last name. Like, those are real things.
Absolutely.
And those things are what ruins a credit profile. So having that conversation and be able to have an understanding with the credit repair company, like, this is what we're going to go after. These are the challenges and these are the things we're going to dispute. It's a powerful insight. And you're right. You feel more confident, and that's where you build that trust, right? Yeah. But it starts with you. Again, like kind of like what we were talking about earlier with people and having the understanding of 30-year mortgage loan, 50-year mortgage loan. You need to take the time and invest in yourself. You don't maybe know how to spend $125,000 like you did, right? But take the time because it's you and it's important. So it should be important to you. You know what I mean?
It's yours.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's yours.
Just being able to say, I feel confident because I paid this guy $100 this month to go challenge everything negative on my credit report. To me, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night and just be like, oh yeah, I just trusted this guy. You trusted this guy with your driver's license, your social, utility bill. Like, you don't know him.
You don't know him.
Just because you gave him $97, you trust him.
Check this out.
Come on now.
So we have our clients come in a school group first. Like, don't just be signing up with us.
Yeah.
Come in a school group, see what we're about. If you haven't seen an ad by now, then come in and see what you're signing up for.
Right.
Educated clients are the best clients,
right.
You know? So if we've been on a call or you saw it on an ad and you got redirected to the school group, come on in. Check it out. Get on a call. See the people actually know what they're talking about. Because we are too far into where we want people to pay us before we provide them any value. And credit repair has been around so long that people take that for granted, you know? And clients, it's so predatory to a client. So the client says, I just got on the phone with you and you're telling me you're going to fix my credit for, $1,500. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
You have no value to give that client right now.
Absolutely.
Right? None. Like, yeah, you can say, okay, well, we come up with a funding plan for you, or we have a credit repair, to-do list, checklist. This is what we're going to do to get you where, but they've heard all that before.
Yep.
Right? So let's try a different approach. So the first thing is, let's get you in the school group. Let's give you a little bit of information. So for new CROs, like, get in the school group. Get in a group where that client can have information so that they're not calling you. They understand exactly what's going on. They understand exactly what you're telling them when you tell them that you're going to dispute the late payment that they had in 2023 that doesn't match the others. Yeah. Right. So, and then, we're not even going to talk about like getting student loans and people who just want the student loans removed, but it's the oldest thing on your credit report.
Powerful.
But you still have to pay it.
Yeah.
Even if it's off your credit.
Yep.
So it's like, they're not listening to that part.
Absolutely.
So it's too much demanding some payments up front when you haven't provided any value. Yeah. So, this is how to switch it up a little bit.
You're definitely going to shake up the industry. There's going to be some people that are going to come at you that are going to be pissed off.
Good.
Some heavy hitters in the space too, because you are definitely going to make some waves and ripples with this. I'm excited.
Yeah, good. And it's not too, this isn't designed to make waves. This is designed to increase transparency in the industry, right? This is designed to make sure that clients are getting the best that we got to offer them. Right. If you're doing credit repair correctly, go for it. As a matter of fact, how can I be of service to you?
Yeah.
Right? How can my team help you out? But if you're one of the ones with the sweeps and that's the only trick you got in your pocket, no, we don't need you here.
Right.
We don't need you here. So it's all good.
Can we build out like a timeline? What does it look like from first interaction with your company to getting a clean credit profile to now getting a properly structured business and access to capital? So getting business funding. Let's build out for the new audience members. What does a realistic timeline? Obviously, we know everybody's profile is different, right?
Sure, so everybody's profile is different, but the average is around 4 to 6 months.
That's beautiful. To be able to change your entire life on your personal side, on your credit profile, plus to walk away with a fully structured business and have access to capital to go unleash in the world.
Absolutely.
Change your whole life. 4 to 6 months.
And have the training to be able to know how to talk to banks.
Come on.
To know your banker, to know where you're going to put this money, to, if you're working on a real estate deal, you're partner with someone already who has already done multiple deals.
Okay.
To, you know exactly what to do with your money. You know how to set yourself up. You know what bank accounts you need. You know what credit cards you need. You know what rewards you're going to need. You know all of this already. You know where every dollar you got is going. So you're educated when you get money.
I love it.
Versus just dropping some money in your lap.
Right. Are you mostly working with people who are interested in the real estate investor? Okay.
Yeah.
So if a different clientele comes to you, do you shy them away? Do you still help them or send them somewhere else? Okay.
We still help them.
Yeah.
There are so many partners inside of the group. We provide funding for all of them.
Got it.
So if someone comes in and they're needing guidance to, say, purchase a building, purchase a business, we already have a partner inside of the group who helps business owners buy cash flowing businesses.
Got it.
So we'll just, we work together, right? They're a partner of ours.
Yeah.
So we say, hey, his name is Kevin. So, hey, Kevin Small, you probably heard of him.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, we have someone who they just got funding. They want to buy a business. He'll connect them with a business to buy.
Okay.
So therefore, clients are buying cash flowing assets.
What if they want to come in and start a candle making company?
Okay.
Or they want to do Turo, I want to clean up my credit. I want to get business capital so that I can purchase 3 vehicles and throw them onto Turo. Do you still work with that client?
We do.
And is it just not as much hand holding?
It's not as much hand holding, but we'll also check inside of the school group. We'll say, hey, does anyone do this?
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
And if they're doing that, we'll okay, who taught you? Do you have what it takes to teach? Are you willing to give this person even step 1, 2, and 3, right? Are you even willing to share the knowledge that you have so that eventually they can go ahead and get the proper training that they need?
Awesome.
Because I believe in mentorship.
There it is.
So, and therefore, if I can't provide the mentorship to you, I want to make sure that you have someone who is capable and has the capacity to be able to assist you. And if not, they can at least help you, find out who taught them.
Yeah. That's powerful.
Yeah.
And to be able to say, with complete confidence, because I can feel it just sitting across from you, that you can change an individual's life in 4 to 6 months if they can come to you with the mindset that I'm willing to do this with you, right? Because it's an agreement between the both of you. I'll go on this journey with you.
Yeah.
And then the next 4 to 6 months, there's going to be some lifestyle changes, right? You're probably going to piss them off and challenge them because you're going to have to change old habits that these people have had. Maybe less 25, 30. You said an individual's 50 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to be able to go on that journey with a stranger, essentially, right? And this person also, you're a stranger to them, to be able to be like, man, I don't know, Mo. She's telling me I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. But has anybody in your life told you I could change your life in 4 to 6 months if you just do A, B, C, and D? So once again, it's the mindset, it's the lens, it's the perspective of this person wants the best for me.
That's right.
And I never even gave them anything.
I never gave them nothing.
And then if I go on this journey with them in the next 4 to 6 months, this dream that I've had for maybe the last 2 decades can become a reality.
That's right.
That's an amazing thing.
That's right.
That's an amazing feeling, Mo. Like, that's awesome. That's super duper exciting. Yeah, no doubt.
But let me ask you a question. So, like, what episode are we on now?
I think we're probably on like 15, 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
With this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am loving it. To be honest with you, I'm still having fun with it. I am active in it every single day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I am finding the people that I want to have conversations with that I think are going to be beneficial to any walk of life.
Yeah.
And that's really why I started this whole thing.
Okay.
So I want to have good conversations with people that I think could help anyone out there with whatever they're going through or trying to get into. And then really, I would say the biggest hiccup is really schedule. Everybody is busy. Everybody has a family. Everybody has things moving and shaking and grooving.
Yeah.
But once someone really does sit down, the network that this podcast has given me and how much more powerful I feel like Thanos when he put on the glove and he put all these jewels in.
Yeah.
Because now I have so many people in my contact book where I could just, yo, real quick.
Yeah.
Is this okay? Do you think that this is smart?
Yeah.
And they reply back.
Yeah.
Because we've done this for an hour and a half. You know what I mean? They've come into my living room and shared and expressed. And this has been a really cool thing just to be able to give people that safe place where I don't try to do gotcha moments. I don't try to bring out the old bad things you have in the closet. Like, just come.
Yeah.
Be the expert in your space. Deliver that. So honestly, this is really, really cool. I'm loving every single moment of it.
I've listened to all of your episodes.
There we go. I appreciate it.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Right. I love what you're doing in the space. And I'm like, wow, you've got all these episodes and they look great, by the way. Like the setup is great. The lighting is great. The cameras are awesome. The sound is crisp. Like, I love it. And then I'm like, how are you managing all of this? Because the scheduling of it, even when I'm doing my bi-weekly, like the classes twice a week, even doing that, it's a lot, right? It requires a lot of you. So while this is requiring a lot of you, like, how are you managing all of this? Like family, your dad, your husband, like, how are you managing?
Yeah. Wow. Great question. I would have to say as best I can right now. Because this is new.
Yeah.
So this is new for my wife.
Yeah.
This is new for my daughter. They're loving it too because they see the joy it brings out in me. And they get to, I'm not going to lie, my daughter likes going on YouTube. And then she was like, that's my dad. And we've had lunch like with people that I've sat down with. And then they'll pop up on her YouTube and be like, Dad, that's your friend. So that is really, really
so
cool.
That's cool.
It's cool. Yeah, that is
you
cool.
get dad points for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on YouTube.
Dad points for that.
You know what I mean? That's cool. But work-life balance is something that doesn't really exist. I think it is a trendy word. You know what I mean?
Sounds good.
Yes, sounds really, really good. But I'm in this thing. You know what I mean? I'm genuinely sending out the emails, the invites to see, can we make this work? This is what the conversation should look like. After they agree, I'm coming up with the questions and I'm doing a deep dive on everything they've done because I don't want to regurgitate the same information to my audience.
Absolutely.
So that takes time. You know what I mean? But that being said, I can't have like back-to-back days because I don't give myself enough time to provide what I feel like my audience deserves.
Yeah.
But also with the guest who chooses to spend time with me, I want to give them something different. So it's time. So work-life balance is not a real thing. And while I'm in this thing right now, I'm fully in this thing.
There we go.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different. And we're just working it.
And I'm asking these questions because newly married myself, it was like,
congrats.
Thank you. It was the question was in regard to like, what was that conversation with your wife? Like, look, I'm going all in on this podcast.
Yeah.
Because even before my wife and I decided to get married, it was a conversation like, look, this is what I'm on. I'm going to take us up.
Yeah.
Be patient with me.
Yeah.
I promise it's going to be worth your while. In between then, I'm going to make sure we're okay. But we're going on a ride.
Yeah.
Like, what was that conversation with your wife?
That was it. That was a lot of it. I mean, it was a lot of, this is what I want to do. I think that this will, one, open a lot of different doors that I didn't know could be opened, right? And I wanted to be an authority in my own space of what we're doing. I wanted to build up my own credibility. I wanted to be able to be seen like I trust that person. Yeah. So when we do schedule a call, you feel comfortable with when my invoice comes, like he's not going to take advantage of me because I've been vulnerable. I've sat in your living room for 800 hours. You've sat and watched me, right? That's where this thing initially started with. But we also asked the hard questions like, okay, if it fails, are you going to be able to let it go, right? Or if this gets in the way, are you going to be able to let it go? And I had conversations with the team. You know what I mean? They met my wife. They met my daughter. I was just like, look, these are the most important people in my life. If this thing crashes and burns, we're going to let it go because they're the most important. And we had to agree as a team. And then we also looked on the flip side of the coin. If this thing takes off and Jake Paul or Logan Paul is like, I want to sit down with you, or you know what I mean, come to Romania because we get Andrew Tate, the whole team was like, we're going to Romania. And wifey was like, I want to go to Romania. I was like, okay, cool. So we've had the conversations of the good, bad, the indifferent, everything in between. So we know what it is. We don't know where it could go.
That's right.
But we're ready to take it head on because we had those conversations already. Yeah.
Absolutely. Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah.
Like, what's next for you? Where are you at in regard to your bigger goal right now, and where are you headed?
That's a great question. I think that sitting down with the people that I have really allowed me to understand I cannot stretch myself too thin. Yes, I'm talented in so many different things, or I'm good at so many different things, but because I'm doing all of these different things, because I'm good at them, I'm never actually honing into truly what I'm good at.
I feel that.
And I feel like every guest that I sit across from, when they tell me like, this is what I do, that is who they are. Like you can feel their vibrations of this is who they are. And I've came to the realization I have to be that way with something also. I can no longer have all these different hats and be everything to everybody. So 2026, I'm definitely going to hunker down, and it's going to be on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'll just outsource the rest of everything that my company is doing. And I'll be the face of it, obviously, because I have to allow people to build the trust with me.
Yeah.
But from this, I feel like that's what I've learned the most from is like do one thing and be all in 100% with one thing and see where it could go.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. But just congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm saying congratulations because you have so many guests that they're in a wide variety of niche, and I love it. Yeah. Right. And it's because I'm used to watching a podcast and I'm seeing one type of guest. Yeah. So the information becomes repetitive. But each time when I'm seeing yours, even though we might do the same thing, we're talking about two separate things, right? We're talking about two separate things. So I just appreciate you for being able to ask those good questions, for doing your research on your guests so that you can pull out what it is. Because even as being as passionate as we are, it's hard for us to talk about ourselves, right? It's hard for us to talk about like what we love and what keeps us waking up every single day and coming back right in. And some days we're coming back in to get punched in the face.
Right. You're right.
But it's like, you know what? I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to get punched in the face with a smile on my face, but I'm going to fight back.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to you for cultivating this beautiful space.
Thank you.
Right? Beautiful spaces to be able to say, hey, look, come sit down with me. Come have a talk with me. Let's talk about what's got you shaking, what you got going on, and what value you can bring to the audience. Thank you.
Man, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I feel so seen.
You are. You are.
Thank
you
you.
are.
Thank
You're going to
you.
be just fine.
Oh, man. I can't wait. And being able to hear it from someone else who's watched it, I appreciate that because that's the goal in this whole thing. I want to talk to people killing it in their own space so that when I ask the questions to the audience, they're able to digest it if they're at work, if they're in their car, if they're at the gym. And they're like, man, like I never thought about getting into telehealth. I feel like I could, though, because I got the playbook. I never felt like I could run a food truck, but I feel like I could go back and watch DeAndre's episode and now I could start. You know what I mean? So that's really the whole goal with this thing is just inspire anybody, any walk of life. You know what I mean? So thank you for seeing it for what it truly is. And that means a lot. That means we're onto something big here and we're doing it the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to keep sharing.
Hey, I appreciate it. I normally end the episode like this. If the internet was wiped away and scrubbed away of Mo the Closer and someone got a 45-second clip of who you are, but also what do they need to follow to be successful, what would you want to tell them in 45 seconds?
If the internet got wiped away of Mo the Closer, the one thing I want to tell you is you're bigger than you could ever believe you were. You have the capacity to achieve things that you never thought you would, right? But you have to connect with other people that are going to be able to help you get there. So don't think you have to have all the information. Don't think you have to have all the knowledge. And by far, don't think you got to do it all yourself. Because there are people who are waiting to help you. Because by helping you, they're helping themselves, right? So it's not a selfish measure, but continue to seek help. Continue to seek guidance. We all gonna be just fine.
That was powerful.
Yeah, we're gonna be just fine.
I love it.
Yeah, there's so many days, DeAndre, that I can say, like even my life 10 years ago, there are so many days that I would wake up and I didn't know if I was gonna be just fine. But when my mom, when she was at her sickest, right, she was like, "I'll be okay." And even though she's no longer with me, it's just like, she's okay though. So if my mom told me then, and she was at her worst, and she said that she was going to be okay, why can't I, who is like, I can stand up on 2 feet, I have my health and strength, activity of my limbs, I'm able to talk, right? I'm able to talk. Why can't I believe that everything going to be okay? 100% of the days that you thought were tough, you got through them already.
That's it.
So we already been through some stuff. So on like new entrepreneur who is getting tough, what I just talked about, you getting punched in the face, keep on. One day you're going to be able to have the strength to hit back. It's going to be fine.
Absolutely.
Like you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Just keep seeking people. Like people are waiting to help you win. So shout out to everybody who helped me win.
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah. So
man, thank you, Mo.
Absolutely.
This one was powerful.
Absolutely.
With that being said, like our guest has been really touching on, when you have a great idea, I want you to take that risk and double down on yourself. When you think that there is no more things that you can do, there's more that you can do, and double down on yourself. If your family doesn't have your back, if your friends don't believe in the vision, that's okay because the vision was given to you. It's not for them to understand it. So you go ahead and you double down on yourself. I promise you, taking the risk in you is the greatest risk you could ever take. And that's today's episode.